Good morning, everybody. I wanted to talk about my last ride. Well, first of all, we see now I have, I'm going to cover this up, my license plate. The sub fender was taken off, and my turn signals have also been ripped off. So what happened was, essentially, there is a light, tail light here, where the two screws, the attachment points here, either came off or backed out or something like that, and then this tail sub assembly came off and got sucked into the rear tire assembly. This is also after a mod where basically the license plate holder also came off, and I reattached the license on the back tail sub fender. So there's two brake lights. There's this light here, and then there's a illuminating light right here. What I'm missing is this illuminating light, and that's the only attachment point for this sub assembly to go onto the tail fender here. So as you see here now, I've got wires that have been pulled out and stuff. So I think that this design that Husqvarna has is lacking. Why don't you come here and let's get a closer look at this. So if we want to look at this section right here, we have our fender assembly, which bolts in right here, and then this thing here, which is kind of sturdy, but it's just plastic, and it has 4 attachment points. And then you have this other sub assembly, which essentially has 2 plastic screws, 2 metal screws, but they go into plastic, and they go through here, they attach to the light that goes right here, and that's the only thing that's holding this thing on. I think that's the weak point of this whole system and a point of failure in this case. So once that light pops out, this whole thing is able to be popped out and pulls out all the wires and whatever. So it's unfortunate that Husqvarna couldn't make this sub fender, the under fender, either a composite or a stronger plastic, and the attachment point for the license plate to have like 4 bolts or 4 screws or whatever, something that's a little bit firmer. The failure point of that light is kind of the weak point of this whole system. So I am looking for a replacement light and maybe a tidy tail system. I've looked at a couple of the stuff that's on market. If anybody has good suggestions on how to fix this problem, let me know. I hope that Husqvarna does not move forward with this design and considers reinforcement of this sub fender here, and potentially a method of reattaching or attaching the license plate that's slightly different than what this is here. Anyways, for the video of the ride, please see what was that? The Bear Valley ride, and have fun on your trails. Thank you.